I'm going to show you how this digital learning capsule allows me to teach multiple topics within a week and engage students in all four language domains, reading, writing, speaking, and listening, while providing an experience for our class. I have students who are participating synchronously and asynchronously, and we're all engaged in this common experience of touring the rainforest as we learn about language. This main page provides pathways to reading, writing, speaking, and listening activities. There's also an extra practice link at the top, and students who are interested in learning more about the rainforest can click on my picture for an extension of that information. Let's go ahead and click on the reading door. As students enter the reading room, they see boxes 1, 2, and 3 pop up over the first, second, and third links they should click on. I use it for opener, mini lesson, and activity or ticket out the door. There's also a standard at the bottom. It's our language standard. It includes the domain, reading, and the content topic, decomposing angles. And then there's a fact on the side about jaguars. In the writing room, students will notice that we're writing this week about adding adjacent angle measurements. Being able to write about academic language and math is critical. We're definitely focusing on that this week, even though we're doing it in the house of a rainforest. This room has the 3 activities, a language standard, and a rainforest fact as well. When we go into the speaking room, and I love this room, we have our 1, 2, 3 boxes for the activities and the order they should click on them. We have our language goal. Same thing here in the listening room, our boxes 1, 2, and 3 with our language goal and our fact. Back on the main page, you can see that we have an extra practice section just for practicing language in general. And then also if students get excited about the rainforest this week, they can click on my picture and it takes them to a bonus page just extending about rainforest. This is the extra practice for language section. It's built just the same way as the other pages with 1, 2, and 3 activities. And then this is the extended information that's just about the rainforest for students who are interested. On all of these pages, the exit sign will take you back to the main page. So in this week, for example, I was able to teach the language of decomposing angles, adding adjacent angle measurements, making predictions, and the language of realistic fiction, all housed in this one unit so that we have a thematic thread that leads our class. The students love anticipating what new adventure we're going to have each week, and I'm finding that it's building a sense of team within our ESOL class. So let me show you how to set this up for your instruction. I included a photo of myself wearing my time traveling hat that I always wear when I'm announcing a new destination or adventure because I want my students who are participating asynchronously to feel like I'm there. In your copy, the photo is optional, but if you'd like to use a photo, you can do that here. There is a button that says click here for the bonus rainforest room, and it connects to slide 7. Actually, all of these doors have a clear panel over them that has a link to a different slide in this presentation. Just move that over and move your button down to the bottom, and then copy and paste your Bitmoji into this slideshow. Make it the size that you want it. That's actually pretty cute, busting out of there like that. Resize it. And then whatever you do, be sure to move that clear panel back over so that when students do click on that clear panel, that's what takes them to slide number 7, the extra rainforest information slide. Adding your own picture or Bitmoji is the only thing you have to do to this cover slide. Actually, you don't even have to do that. You can just leave it if you don't want to include it. Let's go ahead and move on to the other slides where you're going to embed your activities and update the language standards. So let's take a look at this first reading page. I'm going to click here on the place where we want to link the embedded activity. You can copy and paste a link to anywhere on the web. It can be a video, boom cards, cram.com game, Flipgrid, and just go ahead and apply that to that box. That one's all set. You'll do that with each of the 3 boxes on each of the domain rooms, and this is the reading room. So I'm not going to go through and add links to this one, but just so that you can see how it's done. You'll also update the standard at the bottom. I can read the language of, and whatever your activities are about, that's where you want to set the goal here for students. Now, if you don't want to set a specific language objective, you can just use the one underneath. So there are 2 there. The top one gives you sort of a closed sentence to complete it, but you can delete that one if you like and just use I read the language of my classroom as a generic language goal. So that's totally up to you. I like the more specific ones, but I've seen some teachers that like a general one. You'll do this in every page. Just put in your links, update your standard, move on to the next page. So really, in order to use this capsule, you're not having to do any more work than you're already doing. You're just embedding it in a fun way so that you can take your students on an adventure. Now, this last slide that I've included just information about the rainforest for students who are curious. Um, you don't even have to use that. In fact, you can delete any of these slides. Just click on the slide and delete them if you just want to use one or two or three of them. You can go ahead and delete them from the presentation. Now remember that slide was linked to my picture on the first page. When you come back, you can see slide deleted. So when students receive this, nothing will happen when they click on my picture because I deleted that slide. So you're welcome to do that. Before you send this to students, be sure that you go to File and Publish on the web and publish a link. And after you hit publish, it will give you a link to share with students. That will make sure that students get this in presentation mode. They won't see all the slides over on the left. Let's just see what it will look like for students. This is how they'll receive it if you use that published link. It will just be a choice board about to take them on an adventure. I hope the use of this digital learning capsule brings a thread of consistency to your ESOL weeks, and I hope it inspires some of your future scientist ELs.